Mr. Omer Saeed is the Group CEO of Servis, a diversified conglomerate based in Lahore, and it's a pleasure to
Thank you.
have you join us this morning. Tell us about specifically what your key goals, your key challenges are as you grow your business.
Well, Servis is a 50-year-old family business with the third generation guys running it. It's a cousin consortium. So the challenges are twofold. One is on the family front, which is what to do with the business going forward. Myself, my cousins, the next generation which comes into the business in the next 5 years, will we be able to continue the legacy that our grandfather built? And the brand name Servis is probably the most well-known local brand in the country. So there's a lot of pressure on keeping this heritage and this legacy going. So we spend a lot of time discussing and figuring out ways to keep this business intact and not have it split in bits and pieces.
So you're a graduate of Brown University and the Harvard Business School. So how do you bring your lessons from that American experience to the Muslim world, to specifically the regions in which you continue to grow?
Yeah, well, I mean, education in the US is one thing, but I was born and bred in Pakistan, so the values are still very similar to what is there. I mean, I've grown up in this uncertain environment for the last 20 years. So what business school has really taught me is more on the globalization side, more on diversification, more on best management practices. So I'm kind of leading the initiative in the family to bring in or write the family constitution. So the best practices that one can bring in are really in keeping the family business intact, in growing the business intelligently, in being good about corporate governance, in taking companies public as and when needed, and in making sure that the family name becomes bigger and bigger. So the responsibility from the US education, from these good institutions, is really to sort of blaze the trail on what I've been given, which is a pretty strong platform to build off of anyways.
What is the Servis way, if you will? What is the Servis operating philosophy? What differentiates you from the competition?
Yeah, I think we're outstanding in terms of operating excellence. So in our factories, in our shops, you will see a lot of focus on productivity, a lot of focus on technology, a lot of focus on investing in people. The business is really divided in two parts. There's the manufacturing business, which is very labor oriented, and there's the new brand retail business, which is front end, sort of more people centric, more services oriented. So we do two types of businesses essentially, if you will. The one part is operating excellence. So you do the Six Sigmas and the lean manufacturing on the manufacturing factories. And on the other side, you really invest in people. You really try and get the best branding people in the country. You send them to the best colleges, and we've sent people to Kellogg and Wharton and Harvard and all professionals to get trained and acclimatized to the global world of brand building. So the Servis way is really, on the manufacturing side, it is operating excellence. And on the retail side, it is pure investment in people. It is riding on the success of grooming the people in your organization.
What are your impressions of Miele, Mr. Saeed?
I've been extremely impressed. I've been here half a day only. From what I've seen, the quality of speakers has been phenomenal. The moderation has been excellent. The setup is world class. I mean, I'm most pleasantly surprised. I mean, I've been coming to Madinah for the last 25 years. Didn't know that this sort of island of excellence existed out here, and I am just in a state of shock and pleasantly surprised. And I hope that from what I've been able to gather so far, that more people from Pakistan can actually come to this knowledge economic city and take advantage of this Miele platform that these people are building. I think it's really superb.
How do you think specifically the location of this organization benefits business people throughout the Muslim world?
I think if we give an option to any employee to go for a development program in UK or US or Saudi Arabia, they would jump at the opportunity of coming to Madinah. So as a Muslim country, Pakistanis, I know a lot of people from my company read about me coming here, and they was already excited about, can we go there for executive program or executive education. So I think it's very ideally located. The city of Madinah is very close to the heart of most Muslims, and it's the best reward an employee can get if you can send him here for a couple of weeks of executive education in a setting where they're spiritually being woken up also. I think it's couldn't be better, really. I think it's a question of now marketing it and keeping the program quality very good, which is something I want to sort of explore more during my time that I spend on this campus now.
Mr. Saeed, we appreciate your time, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.